Yay. I never used Zoom, so I wasn't sure if I was doing it right.
Oh, no worries at all. We're just going to mute you.
No problem.
We're going to mute all the participants here. All right. So just one more test. Give me a thumbs up if everybody can hear me. Yes? Awesome. All right. Well, hello and welcome everyone to our 25th Early Years Healthy Start Fair and our 7th virtual one. Wow. I'm Amber Bruner. I am the Early Years Healthy Start Fair coordinator. And on behalf of my team and I, we want to welcome you and thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to learn about what services and resources are available to you and your family during COVID. So before we begin, I would like to acknowledge and express my gratitude for living, working, and playing on the ancestral, traditional, and unceded territory of the Snuneymuxw, Snuneymuxw, and Stz'umin'in people. We're grateful to be hosting this virtual fair for Nanaimo families on the traditional and unceded territories. So all of you here today are parents or caregivers or have some connection to a child 0 to 6. And at today's fair, you will get a taste of what free resources and services are available to you and your family currently during COVID. So you will be hearing from 13 different organizations here in Nanaimo. As we hear from each speaker, their contact information will be posted in the group chat, as well as it will be sent to you in an email, just in case you want to connect with them. All the information that you learn about today can be found on our website at NanaimoEarlyYears.org. But at the end of today's fair, we've allocated 15 minutes for a question and answer period. So you will have plenty of time to ask the presenters any questions that you may have. Our fair will last an hour. And at the end, I will let you know how you can receive your $10 grocery gift card for your participation. So your sound is already muted and you're welcome to turn off your video if you feel more comfortable or if you have a weak Wi-Fi signal. So I wanted to give you a little bit of a background about the Early Years Healthy Start Fairs. As I said before, this is our 25th fair and our 7th virtual one. So back in 2014, the Greater Nanaimo Early Years Partnership did a huge community consult. And the feedback that we received from parents was that there was so many great resources and services in Nanaimo, but there was not one place to go to find out about all of them. So with that information, we decided to build a website, a sort of one-stop shop that would have all the information about all the free resources and services that were available in Nanaimo for children 0 to 6. And most of you are familiar with our website, NanaimoEarlyYears.org, and use it regularly. So then in 2017, we wanted to take it one step further. And we had the idea of having a traveling roadshow, so a one-stop physical fair of early years services and resources that traveled to different locations and was offered at different times of the day and different days of the week in order to reach those families that we weren't reaching and in order to go to the families instead of expecting the families to come to us. So in 2017 to 2020, we hosted 18 in-person fairs. And then in March of 2020, COVID hit. So we had to revisit the way that we were offering these fairs to families, and we went virtual. And here we are having our 7th virtual fair, which is sponsored today by the generous support of the Central Vancouver Island Multicultural Society. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our first speaker, Amy Blow. And Amy is with the Nanaimo Ladysmith Public Schools Strong Start. Amy?
Good morning, families. So thankful to be here. Thank you for joining us. As Amber said, my name is Amy Blow, and I am a district learning coordinator with Nanaimo Ladysmith Public Schools. And in my portfolio is early years, and so I get to take part and do a lot with Strong Start. And so I'm going to share with you today about our Strong Start program. This is our early years school district page, and all current information about Strong Start is kept here, especially during stage 2 of COVID, because things are constantly changing, it seems, and we've become flexible with the times. So this is where I would recommend you go for all current information. Strong Start is a free early learning play-based program for families and their children from 0 to 5 years of age, and it's run by qualified early childhood educators. During COVID, we're open 4 days a week, and we have our online booking system, which you can see here on the left for our 8 centers: Bayview, Cedar, Fairview, Frank J. Ney, Georgia Avenue, Ladysmith, McGirr, and Quarterway. And we do have to pre-book during COVID. And we have, a reduced capacity and our COVID guidelines in place for while you are attending. So you can choose one day of the week, and our June bookings will be going live soon. So if that interests you, come back here to the left to see when the live bookings will become available. The other opportunity that we have for families while they're at home, because not everybody can make it into the program, is we do have 2 things happening. We have a virtual circle time running. So if you would like to attend on Mondays at 10:30 a.m., you can RSVP to early years at sd68.bc.ca and you can join us. And the other option that we have while you're at home is this site right here, our Google site for Strong Start. And it features all the months almost of our whole year. We've been doing this. And it has all the different learning areas that you would see in a Strong Start Center, but in a virtual context. And so here I will share with you, there's sensory play, constructive play, science and nature play, dramatic play, creative play, numeracy play, a circle time that you could enjoy at your own leisure with your child, ideas for gross motor play, and ideas around snack. And so these are filled with videos and activities that, as I said, you can view at your leisure and try at home. And it looks like this when you click on it. And this one features Miss Sherry. Here she is. She's singing Gloop, 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 just sharing some of her favorite spring songs with you. So if you have any questions, I would love to chat with you for sure. Feel free to contact me. And if you want to know about our family resources that we have going on, you can also click at the top of the page here for family resources, and you can see what other events are taking place. So we also have the Story Walk in Ladysmith right now for early years. So thank you so much. And I would like to introduce Sandy Halverson from the Parent Support Services Society of BC. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Amy. Parent Support Services is a province-wide nonprofit organization. We've been supporting families in BC since 1974, and I'm grateful to be joining you from my home office, which is located on the ancestral, traditional, and unceded territory of the Sanawas First Nation. As a parent of grown children, I know that parenting is not only one of the most rewarding jobs, it can also be one of the most challenging. Parents put a lot of pressure on themselves, worrying, are we getting it right? For more than 45 years, Parent Support Services has supported families by offering self-help peer support style groups for parents and others in a parenting role. One of our underlying beliefs is that parents love their children and they know themselves and their children best. And sometimes all it takes is a little support, a listening ear, and a chance to talk with other parents in a safe, supportive environment. Parents who've participated in our groups say that they feel understood, less isolated, and empowered to parent. And they also say they feel less stressed about parenting and believe that their relationship with their children has improved. In addition to this parent support circle groups, which since the start of the pandemic have been offered online, we also offer a BC parenting support line that's open to parents across the province. And something else that we've been doing, again, since the start of the pandemic, is offering virtual parenting book clubs. These are typically a series of 7 to 8 sessions. We read a parenting book at the same time and meet, we read it in advance actually, a chapter at a time, and we meet with the parents that are reading the same book to discuss the book and how it might apply. Our spring session is wrapping up and registration will open for our summer sessions soon. We're partnering again with Vancouver Island University to offer workshops about the various learning bonds and grants children might be eligible for to help parents build registered education savings plans. Our next session is on Thursday, May 27th at 7:30 p.m. and online registration is now open. And I'm also going to invite you to stay tuned for details about an upcoming workshop about the role of discipline in early June that we plan to offer in partnership with the Central Vancouver Island Multicultural Society. My contact information is posted and also will be emailed out. And Parent Support Services has a website that we invite you to visit, and you can follow us, Parent Support Services, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I'd like to now introduce Nancy from Island Health. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Nancy from Island Health. I am with the dental program, so just wanted to talk to you briefly about what the dental program involves here in Island Health. So the Island Health dental program is basically an education-based program. So we are focusing on raising our children cavity-free. So cavities are definitely a preventable disease. So our focus is basically on education. So we want to work with families and community partners to promote oral health. So we do have programs available for, and for some reason my computer's not cooperating right now, so that's okay. We do have programs available to help and support families. If you have any questions or concerns about cavities, toothbrushing, any kind of oral health questions, my contact information is in the chat box. I am available for consultation at any time. We are running Smiles First clinics through the health unit at Grant Avenue, and that's just a one-on-one consultation if you have any specific questions or concerns that you need addressed. So we're always available even during the pandemic to support that. So any concerns at all, just reach out anytime. We are really focused on ensuring that families see a dental office by age 1. If there's concerns accessing a dental office, again, just reach out to me anytime, and we have options available to help support families that don't have access to dental care. If you don't have private insurance, we can help support with that. And sometimes we can help support with funding if that's needed at all at any time. So any questions or concerns, just reach out anytime. And just remember to brush before bed, use fluoride toothpaste, and yeah, keep on smiling. And that's it. I am going to pass you over to Haley Parker, who is with BCAA. There you go, Haley. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Haley Parker, and I'm here today to present on behalf of BCAA and the Child Passenger Safety Program. We are part of the Community Impact team over at BCAA, and I am a certified child passenger safety educator with BCAA, as well as the Vancouver Island representative. What that means is during a non-pandemic time, I will travel all over Vancouver Island and to the Gulf Islands to present a variety of hands-on workshops and instructional training clinics to do with child car seats. I also participate in many other initiatives involving school communities, firefighters, police officers, public health officials, but most often and importantly, community caregiver and parent groups. The purpose of our information sessions is to ensure that community members are provided with accurate information for how to safely use a child car seat. There are 3 main steps to this, all of which are covered in detail in our sessions: choosing a seat, installing a seat, and securing the child into the seat. At BCAA, we have many programs that give back to our communities. There are no session fees for the things that we offer, and we are here to provide information and resources to keep your children safe while traveling on BC roads. Child car seats and belts work best when used correctly. As children grow and change, the type of protection system required also changes. It's important to remain up to date with information and get to know your car seat manual and ensure that your car seat is up to date as well. As you can imagine, the pandemic has had a negative impact on our in-person information sessions, as well as our hands-on workshops. But we have continued to work creating new ways to bring information to you from afar. We provide virtual information sessions to parent groups via Zoom, and we also provide virtual seat checks to individuals. If you visit our website at bcaa.com, you can quickly find our child car seat safety section, which has a drop-down menu with several options and links for further information, as well as video examples on installing car seats. You will also find our community contacts list there. Everyone there is a certified car seat educator like myself and can be reached directly to assist you with any questions or concerns you may have with your child car seat. This is normally where I share a short video sample with you all, but we are presenting in a bit of a condensed time frame today. So if you have any questions or would like to book a session with me, please reach out. I am here and happy to help. Thank you all for your time today. I'm going to pass it along to Blake Landry, who's with Vancouver Island University.
Great, thanks a lot, Haley. I'm just going to share my screen here with all of you. Yeah, as Haley mentioned, I'm with Vancouver Island University. My name is Blake, and I talk a lot about education savings plans and some of the grants that are out there that you might be eligible, your kids might be eligible for, to help start your savings so that when they graduate high school, they have some money set aside for them so that they can go to post-secondary and pursue further education. So I know it's a long time away, probably for a lot of you, but some of this is time sensitive. So I'm just sharing my screen right now. And I just want to give you a snapshot of some of the grants that are out there. This is just the free money that you don't even have to make any deposit for to actually receive. You just need to open up the registered education savings plan. And so if we look here, I've kind of put the different income levels here. So some of the grants are dependent on what your net family income is. And it does change year to year, but there's kind of 3 brackets here you'll see. And the first grants that I wanted to share about is there's the BC government has the BC Training and Education Savings Grant. And this is one that's for anyone who has kids between the ages of 6 to 9. And what's really important with this one is it's eligible on the 6th birthday of your child and it expires on their 9th birthday. So it's a really tight timeline. It's $1,200, doesn't matter your income, but we find a lot of people tend to miss that timeline there. So that's why I wanted to share that. If you do have kids or know people with kids in that timeline, it's really important to get access to that. If you follow the top income bracket here, there is also another $2,000 grant that's available if you fall in a lower family income there as well. And then something else that I like pointing out is the Canada Education Savings Grant. And this is basically a program that the federal government runs to help speed up any of the money that you put in yourself. So if you put in $50, they actually match it as well. So on the right-hand side here, you'll see there's 20, 30, 40%. Depending on your income level, that's how much the federal government will match any contributions you can make. Maybe it's a birthday present from grandma or something like that that you can put in that really just helps accelerate the savings. As Sandy mentioned earlier, we're hosting an RESP workshop where we go into all the details of how to get access to the grants, how to get signed up, all those kind of questions you might have. So feel free to reach out to her. You can message me in the chat if you have any questions. And I'm also happy to chat over the phone or whatever it is to provide more information to this. So like I said, there's more information in the chat bar and we'll have a Q&A at the end as well. So thank you for coming today and thanks for the rest of the speakers. I am at this point gonna hand things over to Saima.
Great, thanks, Blake. So good morning, families, and thank you for joining us today. I'm a regional network coordinator with Family Support Institute for 3 years. And what the area that includes is the Central and the North Vancouver Island and the Powell Rivers. Before being one of the staff, I joined them as a resource and a volunteer parent because my younger son has autism, has profound delays. And I just found this organizations to be huge for the families who have a child with a disability. So FSI is BC-wide. It's nonprofit and charitable organization that was registered in 1985. It supports families that have a member with a disability, and it can be any disability, physical, intellectual, learning, or emotional, and one does not need a diagnosis to access the support. On an average, FSI supports over 8,000 families annually. So FSI has a broad base of trained volunteers where each one of them has a family member with a disability, and they connect with others to provide peer-to-peer support by sharing their experience and expertise. They also guide families about supports and services within their communities and regions and connect them with families like the ones they are. The interaction provides them with the relevant information while reducing the social isolation. Since the early COVID days, FSI has been conducting daily online events known as Family Hangouts. The topics are both open and themed and are relevant to the family needs as shared by their surveys. Goal is to engage families in organic discussions while providing them with current information. FSI also holds workshops and training opportunities and houses a number of project resources and publications on the website. All the supports and services provided by FSI are free for the families. So as one of my RNC roles, I recruit and train new volunteers and also assess the information and training needs of the families within my region and tackle those. Currently, I'm conducting weekly online events like understanding complex behaviors, recipes for respite, and introduction to FSI. So if you need any more information or know a family who might like to know more about FSI, please feel free to contact me anytime. My information would be in the chat box. And you can also find it at the Nanaimo Early Years website, along with a lot of other information about the service providers. So thank you for your time. And if you'd like to, I'll actually introduce now to Patricia Good, who's a registered dietitian. And yeah, the baton's passed on to you now, Patricia.
Thank you very much. And yes, I'm a dietitian with Island Health. I work with a free program, and it's a provincial program, and we like to call our program Healthy Lifestyles. And it's a program that supports children, adolescents, and their families to achieve a healthier lifestyle. There's a couple of things about our program to be admitted to our program. We do focus on children age 6 to 17. And the other requirement of it is the program is for children who are at an increased body mass index. So the body mass index looks at your weight to your height. It's a calculation. And we all are meant to be different body shapes and different sizes. And some people are meant to be at the top of the growth curve. Some people are meant to be at the bottom. The kind of families that come through our program are ones where their child is crossing up a few growth curves. So that may be an indication that need to work on some healthy lifestyle habits and be part of our program. It is a referral base. If you're trying to figure out how to get involved, just give our office a phone call. The actual group program runs over 10 weeks, and we cover activity, mental health, and nutrition. So from activity perspective, we run 2 active sessions a week. The mental health covers things like self-esteem, sleep, mindfulness, and the nutrition is the piece that I cover. And what the research is now showing is that our habits around eating are more important than the foods we choose to eat. So I'm just going to show you, this is a handout that it's a booklet called Toddler's First Steps. And you would have gotten this from Public Health. If you didn't, you can go back to Public Health, or you can get it online as a PDF. And on page 56, I just see if I can, there is information on good mealtime habits. And so these are the habits that I'm talking about that are more important than the foods you choose to eat. So there's 3 habits that all of us from a toddler up should be working on. And the first is eating together. The second is have meals and snacks at about the same time each day. And the third habit, reduce distractions. You focus on those 3 habits, the other nutrition pieces just seem to come together. So I'm going to introduce our next speaker, who is Clover Burgess. And Clover works with the BGC Vancouver Island. And Clover, I'll pass it on to you.
Oh, Clover, you're just on mute.
Sorry about that. Too many things. I'm Clover. I'm from Boys and Girls Club, now called BGC Central Vancouver Island, and I work in the Bright Adventures Daycare at the moment. We have lots of services, and today I have Mrs. Cluck, who has come to find out about more services. Hello, Mrs. Cluck. How are you today? Oh, I'm just fine today, but I have a couple of eggs and a couple of chicks that need some care. What could you do for me? Well, Mrs. Cluck, we have lots of things we could do. We have a multi-age program that could help you with your eggs. Soon we have more toddler and infant spaces opening, hopefully in Ladysmith. Oh, that's lovely. I need that help. Oh, yes. And if you have chicks, you say, yes, yeah, you're almost going to school. Well, you know what? We have preschool that could help them get ready for school. Oh, they certainly need some help. Those nasty little chicks, they need some help. Oh, well, we could help them out with that and get them ready for lining up and doing some activities there. Do you need full day care? Oh, yes, I'm very busy in the barnyard. Yeah, well, we do have full day care as well. 3 to 5 early learning programs that could help you with that. And right now, even with COVID, we're all open. Oh, that's so lovely. I need some help. Yes, I know it's so hard these days to get good child care for your chicks. My chicks will be going to school soon. Is there something I could do with that? Oh, yes. Well, we have after school care that they do before and after school care. They take your chicks to the school and they bring them back, feed them a healthy snack, and do some fun activities with them. Oh, well, that's so wonderful. Do they have full day care in the summertime? Yes, we do. At spring and in the summer and in the winter, we have full-time care. We take them for out trips. We feed them food. They bring their lunch. Oh, that's so wonderful. I just need them to be nice and tired when they get home, so they'll go to sleep. Yes, we keep them really busy at Boys and Girls Club, and we hope that we'll have you come and enjoy our program soon. And we hope that you come and enjoy our program soon as well. If you have any questions, you can go to our website or the early learning website, and I will be here for questions after our session here. So hope to see you soon. And now I will introduce Trina. Trina will be our next guest here. And she's from Pacific Care. Here, Trina, the spotlight's on you.
Thank you. I don't know how I'm going to follow that. That was so entertaining. But it segues nicely. I am Trina. I am from Pacific Care Family Enrichment Society. We operate a childcare resource and referral program that is funded by the Ministry of Children and Family Development. Pacific Care Family Enrichment Society is almost the whole island. We go from Ladysmith up to Port Hardy, Tofino, Ucluelet, Powell River. And for families, we offer referrals to childcare providers and to community services. Childcare in British Columbia can be very confusing at the moment. We have consultants like myself who are available to answer all of your questions, any question you might have regarding childcare in BC at the moment. We offer families access to quality resources and a toy lending library. So we do have an inventory of buckets and bins that families are welcome to borrow. And then you have them for a month and then you return them. We clean them, we inventory them, and then we recirculate them. We offer workshops to care providers as well as to families. For example, we have one called Childcare 101, and it is everything a family may need to know about childcare in BC. We have consultation and support. There is funding available to offset the cost of childcare. It's called the Affordable Childcare Benefit. So the consultants are able to offer support on the applications. There are a lot of supporting documents with that application. So definitely reach out to us, ask us questions, and we will support you in getting that application away. Parenting information and resources. We offer those. My favorite one right now is from the Early Learning Framework. It's a book of activities for families, and it's called Let's Play. So it's a lot of fun. It has a lot of really good ideas in it. At the moment, COVID, our services are accessed strictly by appointment only and virtually. So if you're picking up a lending library bin, it would be done like a curbside drop off. You need to make an appointment to do that. And feel free to contact us. You can contact us by phone, 250-756-2022. Or you can email us at mailbox@pacific-care.bc.ca. So I will pass this over to the lovely Vanya. She is joining us from the Central Vancouver Island Multicultural Society. Take it away, Vanya.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Trina. As Trina mentioned, I am with the Central Vancouver Island Multicultural Society. I am the Children's Program Coordinator, and I'm really excited to be here to share a little bit with you about what we do. And it is a little bit, we were told 3 minutes. So in a really quick 3 minutes, I can tell you that CVIMS is a registered charity and a nonprofit community-based agency that works with individuals and organizations. Since 1979, we have responded to the needs of the community by developing programs and services to ensure that all of those in our beautiful, diverse community have equitable access to its services and its opportunities. So with that, I'm going to share my screen with you, which was my intent earlier. Here we are. And here's our, you'll see it when you visit our website. And we are located here on Selby Street. With COVID though, of course, most of our services are online, but we've been able to maintain our services during COVID. So that's been exciting. Our team is a talented bunch of professionals delivering a comprehensive series of programs and services aimed at welcoming immigrants and promoting diversity here in our community. So these programs include, but are not limited to, English language classes, job mentoring and coaching, adult host and youth buddy programs, senior programs, child minding and parenting programming, one-to-one settlement services is a huge piece, anti-racism and response training for agencies and other businesses, diversity training as well. But today, I am going to be speaking to you about some of the programs that we have specifically for children 0 to 6 as we support those families. So on a regular non-COVID day, We have a child minding program. Most of us call it the daycare. We provide care and services for children's families who are learning English as another language. With COVID, though, that program has gotten very small. So it is still available to some of the language programs. Our Hippie program is a home instruction for parents of preschool children and preschool youngsters. So in that program, there is supports that come to the home and support parents with learning about kindergarten transitions, about brain development, child development, and an opportunity for support and community connection. Our programs that are happening right now during COVID are a Zoom room for children, and it is a virtual connection. I don't want to call it a circle. It's not your typical circle. It's full of action and participation, and some children and families just watch, and that's okay too. But it's a lot of fun, and it's offering connection for the little ones who are struggling with their routines that have changed during COVID as well. There's learning and creativity that goes on, and just a lot of fun. And another program that's happening right now is a tea time, and it's a bit of a circle time support for parents. During COVID, we've all felt the strain, and it's nice to have things for children, but it's nice for parents to connect and like Mrs. Chicken, come and hang out and just have a cup of tea and tell us what's going on, what they need, and what's frustrating, what's working. And that's really thrilling too, when parents can share with us and others what's working for them. So I'm going to that was very quick, and I appreciate that I probably talked way too fast. So if you have any questions, there's time after, and I am going to hand it off then back to Amber, and she's going to lead us to the question answer piece as soon as I stop sharing. There we go. Great.
Awesome. Thank you, Vanya. All right. So I want to thank all the presenters today for sharing such a vast amount of information over the past 45 minutes about what free resources and services were available to families during COVID. So as the presenters said, all the information that you've heard today, as well as a recording of the fair, can be found on our website, NanaimoEarlyYears.org. So our website also highlights all the free resources and services that are available to you. So I encourage you to take some time to check that out. We will be having our last scheduled fair on Wednesday, June 9th from 3:30 to 4:30. And we're going to have a new focus at that fair that we've never had before. It's going to focus on play and early learning. So if you would like to register for that last fair, please RSVP to me, and my information is in the chat right now. So we hope you enjoyed the fair and received lots of useful information. We have a short 8-question survey. It should take you less than 5 minutes to do. And all the participants that are here today that fill out that survey will be mailed a $10 grocery gift card for your participation. That survey will close a week from today. So in order to get the link for the survey, you need to send me an email that says you attended the fair. I will then email you back the survey link, which once completed entitles you to the $10 grocery gift card. I will also send you a document with all the speakers' contact information, as well as the information about our final fair and how you can register for it. So at this time, we are going to open it up for questions. We're going to have a question and answer period since we ended the fair a little bit early. You are welcome to type your questions in the chat, or you can type your name in the chat and I will unmute you and ask your question. So right about now, we're going to check our chats. And we're going to go into gallery view. Does anybody have any questions? Devin. All right, Devin, I'm going to find you on here. And you can unmute yourself and ask that question. Devin?
Hello. Let me get my camera on. My question is for Blake. I'll be as quick as I can about with the backstory in this, Blake, if you're still there. I went to I accompanied a friend to Fairview School to do the BCTESG. They gave me this beautiful little Frisbee. But she was under 6. She's under 6. And so they registered her with RBC, a banker there. And I lost track of it since then. So I have a 2-part question. Where do I go now? And I do not bank with RBC anymore. Can I go to my credit union?
Yeah, great question, Evan.
Thank you.
Yeah, to try and answer those quickly, yeah, the first thing I'd say is when you apply early, some banks might actually apply, you know, when you're doing the RESP application, they might check a box that will actually apply automatically when your child turns 6 years old. So that sometimes happens, but I always recommend people go to their bank and check. So if you were with RBC when you opened it, the RESP will still be there. If you're not sure like about your account number and some of those details, we could even connect and chat about this a bit more to figure out what that might look like. But you can absolutely have another RESP if you are at a credit union now. You can absolutely have that set up there. And if is your child still within that age bracket is kind of a question I had. Like, are they still 6 to 9 years old?
July 6th in July.
Okay, so something that would be worth checking would be to find out if you've gotten that grant with your RBC account. If not, you can always still open up another account with the credit union and get them to apply for the grant there. But yeah, like I put in the chat above, like you can see my contact information there. So if that doesn't totally answer your question, definitely give me a call or shoot me a text or something. We can figure that out a bit more.
No, that totally answered my question.
Okay, great.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Awesome. All right, we have another question in the chat from Dilraj asking about the car seat. So this would be for Haley. Can she send me more information and a video about toddler car seats? So Haley. Oh, I'll just ask to unmute you. There you go.
There we go. I sure can. We've got plenty of videos up on our website, so we can touch base after this. And again, we can email back and forth or same thing, have a phone call, whatever's easier for you. So I will send you my email in a message here on the chat.
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much, Haley. All right, do we have any more questions from the parents and families? Oh, Caroline, she's putting her hand up here. Okay, Caroline, I'm just going to unmute you here. All right. Oh, Caroline, you're still on mute, so you're just going to have to unmute your screen.
There we go.
There we go.
I'm so happy that I took part in this. Every time I went to go to, you know, before COVID, I'm a foster parent, so there was a visit or there was something going on. So I'm excited. So much good information. I do have a couple of questions. Do I have time or is there other people?
Yeah, no, you shoot. Okay. Oh, Carolyn, it looks like you froze there. Are you still there? Oh, there you go. Caroline, you froze there for a second.
I know I've had this problem all the time. I don't know why. Anyhow.
No worries.
Nancy, Island Health Dental?
Yeah.
What's the best time to start taking a child to the dentist? Or is there something that you could do prior to going to the dentist so they don't have a meltdown? Because I have a 2-year-old toddler.
Yay. Basically any time now would be a great time to take them. We usually recommend first dental visit by the age of 1.
Oh goodness, I'm way behind.
Yeah, so most offices will do kind of a gradual introduction. So if your toddler's not sure what's going on, usually it's just kind of a look-see type of visit. If you have a visit planned at all, that's often a good time to bring them in with you so they can see and maybe meet some of the staff members and see what it's all about.
Exactly.
Yeah, and a lot of times it'll just be something where they're sitting on your lap and they might have a quick look-see in there just to make sure everything looks okay. Yeah. So.
Okay, perfect. Thank
Yeah,
you.
for sure. No problem.
Clover, is there any availability now at the Boys and Girls Club for childcare? This little guy, he's got a few issues. He needs socializing.
And how old is he? Uh-oh. We do have space in September for 3 to 5 year olds in at Bright Adventures Daycare in September, because we'll have some children moving up to kindergarten. So we'll have spaces there. And most of the daycares will have extra spaces in September as the children that turn 5 move up into kindergarten. So I would get a hold of the club that's closest. We have a Chase River, Ladysmith, and Bright Adventures, which is on 5th Street. Get a hold of them and see if they're have any kids moving up. And right now the registration is open for all families, not just member families. So now's a good time to get a hold of them and make
it's really difficult. I mean, not just because I'm sure regular parents find it really hard for childcare. Everything is so full. And Amber, what was the email address for the questionnaire?
I will put it here in the chat, or Blake, if you could put my information in the chat.
Okay.
It's NanaimoEarlyYears@telus.net.
Oh, okay. I did write it down properly.
And I'll definitely put it in the chat there.
Okay. And
oh, Carol, you froze again. So I'm going to get you just to hold your question for a sec, Caroline. We have another question here, and then once you've unfroze, we will come back to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so this question is for Blake. Blake, do we need to open another account for our second son?
Great question. I love all the questions. So there's two things you can do. The first one is you can have 2 individual accounts. So one for each child, or if you have more children in the future as well. Or if they're like brothers and sisters, you can have a family RESP account as well. You can go to your bank, and if you had an individual plan, they can make that a family plan for you, roll it over in that way. I find a lot of the time, if there's multiple kids, or even one kid with the possibility of having more in the future, a lot of people go with the family plan. And the main reason for that is you can share all the funds. So let's say you have 3 kids, 2 go to university, you can actually share the grants and all the extra money that's been in there for which kids go to school. Or there's maybe different costs. Maybe one kid goes across the country to a school that's maybe more pricey for cost of living and stuff, and the other one stays more local. It's a way to kind of help share things a little bit more there. So those are kind of the 2 main options that you have in that case.
Awesome. Thank you, Blake. All right. Does anyone else have a question? You can put it in the chat. You can put your hand up like this because I can see everybody. Caroline, do you have another question? Yes, Caroline does. Okay, Caroline, I'm just going to ask to unmute you. There you go.
I'm full of questions.
I love it.
Patricia. Oh, I'm frozen again. Oh my God. I'm going to write it in the.
No, Caroline, I can hear you.
Okay. Patricia, I'm really looking for healthy snacks for my little guy. I give him lots of fruit. I'm a healthy eater myself. And I give him lots of fruit, but is there something else like granola bars that I can make? I like to bake, anything like that.
Yes, if there's a webpage of family meals, Better Family Meals, I'll share it with Amber and she can send it out to you. And
Okay.
they've got some great recipe ideas for snacks. Or just follow, Canada's Food Guide and pick and choose. Actually, Canada's Food Guide webpage also has recipes on it now too.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
The important thing with young kids is to be serving a variety of different things.
Yeah.
So make it a variety, because the more variety, then the more broader their diet will become.
Yes, I've even given him liver and he loves it.
Yes, they've got no kind of filters on what should be, yeah, so
Yeah.
open it up.
I know, I had a couple of older foster kids in here and I kept telling them it was chicken and they ate it.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thanks so much.
Awesome. All right, we have another question in the chat box from Marnie. And Marnie, or Amy, this will be for you to answer here. Do we know when the next Strong Start registration will be and what time it normally goes live? Seems like they're popular. And if you don't register, the second it goes up, it gets booked up.
Yes, thank you so much for your question. As we adapt and are flexible with our changing times here of COVID and with limited spaces, we do understand that there is a big draw for our families and they do fill up very quickly. We are just about to set our next date for the June bookings to go live. So you should see it possibly go live the 17th or the 19th of May. And so I hope that helps. And again, I apologize because there has been such a huge demand and draw for families to come in, and we really are doing everything we can to make as many spots available during our circumstances.
Thank you, Amy. Awesome. Okay, and we have a question for Blake. Blake, your chart said that the government will match annually. If you miss a year, can you double up the next year?
Yeah, another great RESP question. Okay, so the way that they do that is you can go back or you can kind of cover 2 years at once. So let's say you start when your child's 5. During the year that they turn 6, you could actually do the contribution maximums for that year plus 1 year previous. And you can basically that every year you can go backwards for basically another year. So double contributions. You can't go more than the double, but you can do that. So basically I think it breaks even when they're about 7 years old. If you haven't contributed by then, you can make up all of the contributions. If they're a bit older than that, unfortunately, you won't be able to make them all up, but that's kind of the general rule of thumb there.
Awesome. Thank you, Blake. All right. Do we have any more questions? So you can type it in the chat. You can put your hand up. That was a great question period. We got a lot of good questions. Wow. Okay. It looks like everybody has had their questions answered. I will be sending out, once you email me, I will send you that information about the survey as well as all the information about the speakers. So if you would like to get a hold of them about a question on your own time, or if it's private, feel free to reach out to any of the speakers here today. So on behalf of my team and I want to thank you guys so much for coming and for all your rich questions. And I hope to see you all at our next fair with our new focus on play and early learning on June 9th. So thank you so much.
Bye, thank you.